Versus Rakmonov is one of the more interesting fights you could make. Are you ready for that? I really mean that. In the entire UFC, it's not number one, but it's one of them. Islam versus Rakmonov. That is one of the most compelling fights, not just for outcome, not just because of records, not just because of what would be on the line, actual stylistic. The crowd would wonder who can hit who more, who can kick the other one more. Who can shoot more on the other one? Who can hold up and have his energy? Like, there is no part of that we would have the answers to. We would question and wonder every single position of that fight. It would just be very fun. But if you do Shavkat versus Blal, now all of a sudden you find yourself in a 50% chance that you can't bring Rakmonov out of that. And if you do bring Blal out of that, and we've already understood.
For years it was only a dream. A talk shared among the most loyal fans. But with every strong win, the idea of a super fight between two of the most dangerous names in the UFC feels more real. This is about a clash of giants, the pound-for-pound king, Islam Makhachev, against the unbeaten finisher from Kazakhstan, Shavkat Rakhmonov. Now, with Islam Makhachev's big fight against Jack Della Maddalena so close, the question isn't only who wins, it's what comes next. The hype is growing, the timing looks right, and the talk is at its peak. Could the UFC finally give fans the super fight they want? In this video, we aren't just dreaming. We're showing the ways this fight could happen. We'll explain why this match is hard for both fighters, point out the main hurdles, and look at the real chance of Islam versus Shavkat next year. This is the fight that could shape an era, and the talk begins right here, right now.
Right now. Which is more likely to happen in 2025? Islam Makhachev versus Ilia Topuria, or Islam Makhachev versus the winner of Belal versus Shavkat?
I think the second one, because with Topuria not make sense. For what? For belt or what? Money? I have money, I don't need. I need the second one.
The highly anticipated Shavkat Rakhmonov are the focus of the UFC world, but Shavkat himself sees it another way. Known for his calm confidence, the unbeaten finisher doesn't care for trash talk or chasing one fighter. In his latest remarks, he made it clear that while he's not trying to get a fight with Islam, he will definitely not turn it down. This isn't a challenge, it's a sign he's ready. We're breaking down what Shavkat's words mean for the future of the welterweight division.
Ну, Ислам, если сам захочет драться, почему нет? У меня такого нет, чтобы Исламом хочу драться, там, его хочу выиграть под какого-то там, хочу подняться драться, я как бы не откажусь.
Peter Mavroganis thinks Dana White must book this fight for UFC 300, or else he'll send his group of fans to oil him up. This fight is a true banger, and the reason is clear. On one side, you have the pound-for-pound king, Islam Makhachev, who is riding an amazing 13-fight win streak, beating every fighter they matched him with. He has also shown real interest in moving up to the welterweight division to chase a second belt. On the other side is Shavkat Rakhmonov, a killer who has made his way with a perfect 18-0 record and an insane 100% finish rate. The fight between Islam's strong, controlling style and Shavkat's deadly, finish or be finished way is a tough matchup for both men. Honestly, guys, who takes this fight?
Who would win this fight?
Dana White needs to book this fight for UFC 300 or I'll send my army of supporters to oil him up. This fight is an absolute banger. Islam is on a 13-fight win streak and just dominating every fighter they put in front of him. He's also expressed interest in moving up to 170. Shavkat is an assassin himself with an undefeated record of 18-0 and 100% finish rate. Seriously guys, who would win this fight?
When asked if he would be ready to fight Shavkat Rakhmonov if he wins the title fight with Belal Muhammad, Islam Makhachev gave a fair and honest answer. He said that while he respects both men, he knows them well, and these are not the fights he would really want to take. He clearly understands the risks in facing either of them, but also knows they are the best in the division. Makhachev also said he has a lot of respect for both Belal Muhammad and Shavkat Rakhmonov. He admits both are world-class fighters with great skill sets, and he knows that fighting either of them would be a very hard test. He's not avoiding them, but instead showing respect for their dangerous abilities, a rare kind of honesty. He ended by saying he's truly excited to watch the fight as a fan of the sport. He believes they will give fans a great fight and is eager to see the result, making clear that for now, his mind is on the event itself and not his own role in it.
Potential involvement. You mentioned that you don't want to fight Muhammad. If Shavkat wins their championship matchup, would you be ready to face him? And how do you see that fight going? I know both guys. These are definitely not the fights I'd want to take. Both Belal Muhammad and Shavkat Rakhmonov are top-level fighters with excellent skill sets. They'll soon have a great fight, and I'm really looking forward to watching it.
It's clear that the champ legacy, started by Conor McGregor, has inspired many fighters, and Islam Makhachev is no different. It makes total sense for a dominant lightweight like him to aim high and move up to 170 pounds. The hosts think Islam could be very strong and even win, maybe becoming the welterweight world champion. They see a big future for him in the division, with many tough but exciting fights ahead. Still, the timing of this move is key. Shavkat Rakhmonov has proven he is the clear #1 contender and would probably be the backup fighter for the Leon Edwards vs Belal Muhammad bout. The Barnhill brothers say it wouldn't make sense for Islam to skip past Rakmonov for a title fight, especially since Shavkat would likely be the favorite against either Edwards or Muhammad. In this game, timing means everything, and cutting the line would be wrong.
I love that you brought up Rakmonov as far as the welterweights go, because Islam Makhachev not only lives in the era of the champ world, everybody wants to become a champ, and he's even in the division where Conor McGregor sort of started all that off. So it makes the most sense for the 55ers to dare to be great and move up to 70, or if you're a 45er, move up to 55. So I think Islam Makhachev wants to do that, and I think there is a great progression for him at 170. I think all the fights up there are going to be very difficult, but he can be very competitive and even win it. I think he could potentially be the welterweight world champion, but like you said, Rakmonov has made himself basically the #1 contender, and I would assume he'll be the alternate fighter and the guy that weighs in for the Leon versus Belal fight. And so that's why you have to look at timing. Timing is everything in this sport, and just because Islam probably could sit right in a title fight with Leon or Belal, it doesn't make sense to do that and have him jump over Rakmonov, especially because Rakmonov would likely be the favorite against Belal or Leon, and I think personally Rakmonov versus Islam Makhachev would be an even bigger fight than you.
In a recent press conference, Ian Gary shared a bold and clear 3-fight plan for his career, driven by his love for always having a vision. The first step, as he sees it, is a fight with the winner of the matchup between Belal Muhammad and Jack Della Maddalena. Gary is picking Muhammad to win, saying that his style is what's needed to beat Della Maddalena pretty clearly. Gary is sure he will then defeat Muhammad to capture the championship belt. The second part of his plan is even bigger. He wants his first title defense to be against the pound-for-pound #1, Islam Makhachev, who has talked about moving up to welterweight. Gary said he has only love and respect for Makhachev, making clear it would be an honor to face him in the octagon. For Gary, that fight would mean more than a title defense, it would be a chance to prove he is the new pound-for-pound king and take Makhachev's spot. The third and last step of his plan is about finishing old business.
Their first encounter.
And out of curiosity, I know obviously you don't feel like it was a loss in the Shavkat fight, but how important is it for you to get that rematch one day? Is that something that's at the back of your mind at all?
You guys know I like plans, right? You guys know I have visions in my mind. Now let me tell you what's next. I'm gonna fight the winner. I believe in Belal. And that suits me against Jack. I just believe stylistically Belal has what it takes to get this fight done. I'm quite convinced. So I'm gonna fight Belal next. I'm gonna beat Belal. Belal has said it many times, I'm the toughest opponent in the division for him. Then when Belal doesn't have the belt, there's a certain pound-for-pound #1 who wants to come up, and his name is Islam Makhachev. And I have nothing but love and respect for that man and his style, and being honored to share the octagon with him. I would love to go out there and prove against him in my first title defense that I'm the pound-for-pound #1. I beat him, I take that status, I win my first title defense, and then Shavkat gets it. Now I'm gonna go out there and I am going to dismantle him, prove that he never won. And that's my next fight for you. That's how I see it going, and I don't want it any other way.